Reggie Middleton, back in Lagos, Nigeria. I love it here. This is a very, very fertile ground for economic growth. We're at the Oriental Hotel at the ASEA conference. That's the African Securities Exchange Association conference. And there are interns who are working at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And we're going to give a presentation, and we're going to have them study up on things such as digital assets, and they will all be given gratuities in gold. Okay, the reason is you get to teach them how to use the Veritasium app. You get them to understand the exchange rate mechanism and how the Naira competes in the world stage. And most importantly, they get to understand VE Gold.
And leave it to contrarian, badass Reggie Middleton.
Middleton, he doesn't mince his words. We're talking about Reggie Middleton.
So basically, I'm on the biggest business stations in New York. I'm all over Russian TV. I'm all over Google. Type my name in. Listen, that's CNBC too.
He called the housing crash, he called the collapse of Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers. He's been harping on the crisis in the Eurozone banking system for years now, so he's just a guy to talk to.
He told us how 0% interest rates were starving the banks, but it was designed to save. Now, at the time, you were the only analyst in the world to mention that it would starve the banks, and you've been proven correct.
By the way,
Crown the champion,
This is CNBC again.
the first ever CNBC stocks draft.
Judging by this, I'm a name brand, okay? And I'm known all over the world. Every city I've been to this year, and I've been to maybe like 14 cities and 4 different continents. People know me, they have little meetups, they meet in groups like this. And I have a brand. If I team up with somebody like the New York Stock Exchange, you heard of the New York Stock Exchange? Or NASDAQ, okay? Or a medium-sized bank that everybody knows, okay? Is that the brand recognition you're talking about? So if you, as young investors, wanted to come and buy something, would you choose, I'm not going to use the name of a local broker, a local exchange, or would you have the guy from New York that comes who's all over the web, known as predicting all the major falls, backed by brand new technology, right? Which would you do as 23-year-old investors? Who would you pick?
Foreign investors. The one with the bigger brand.
The one with the bigger brand? Yeah. Okay. Which is dangerous because brands don't get you paid. Brands are just brands, okay? But I have a strong track record too, as you can see. But brand, I know brand is what people pick. But I went through this exercise to show that any stock exchange, whether it's one that competes, does anything compete with the NSE? Well, any exchange, whether it's NSE or anything else, right, that tries to rely on brand will only work until a bigger brand comes in. If a bigger brand comes in, then I wouldn't rest the whole business on it. And it's not impossible. I'm here. You're talking to me live right now, okay? So, I understand your point, but that would be risky if I own the business. If I own the NSE, that would be risky. If I had shares in the NSE, that might be risky. It might work, it might not. But, you know, potential large amount of volatility or depreciation in the stock. So, does anybody agree with that? Nobody agrees with it? Well, I agree with it because it's my idea and I'm always right, so that's good enough. Okay, so any other ideas to add on?
Okay, another way that NSE can make money, because it's not only about exchange when shares exchange hands that NSE makes money. They also make money from market data, and they also make money from bringing in new companies, making them to come and list. So from that, in that area, because even if you're going to be using this technology, they are not going to be the ones, because they are not domiciled in this country. So they are not going to be the ones who know companies that can come in and list. And for people to even buy your shares, they need to have that thing that yes, that this company is reputable, and who can make that possible.
I have a Nigerian company, that's not true.
Yeah, you have a Nigerian company.
Yeah.
Okay, but who can, okay, for example, who can make that possible? Is either if you have someone in this country who can say, okay, this company is worthy of being listed.
I have somebody. I have a whole team that do that.
You have a whole team that do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and like I said,
So those are them like ours.
What if your company comes in to list on the stock exchange?
You got speak up so everybody can hear you. See, you know, when you start seeing that, see what they're doing, you've lost them. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, so Chema, what if what if his company comes to list on the stock exchange? So in that case, wherever transaction is being done on his own stocks or on his platform, the NSE will get a certain percentage of that transaction.
Yeah, but why would I bother to share that with NSE if I have a system to allow you to do it directly? And you already agreed that it's cool if you do it directly. I could make $100, 100 cents on a dollar, or I can make 50 cents on a dollar. Which would I choose? Okay.
So what I think,
in a country like Nigeria, I
they still need that trust.
Listening first to gain recognition, then later you will now delist them. When people have accepted gold as a medium of exchange, when people now trade in other companies, buy shares of other companies, they'll be the ones to request for, I don't want cash, pay me in gold.
Well, people have been requesting gold as exchange of value for about 2,000 to 5,000 years. A lot longer than the NSE has been available. You could take gold and go to China, and you could do a deal with it. You could go to India, do a deal with it. You could go to Europe, do a deal with it. Right? It's not liquid, like you said, but you can do a deal. Making it digital makes it more liquid. So I'm making you use your brain. And I want you to use it harder because I want everybody to come off their phones and be like, yo, that brother's smart. That sister's a genius. Okay? So come up with a business model to make it NSE.
One of the reasons why the blockchain is not gaining attention in Nigeria is because the SEC has not really approved the blockchain challenge. I see one of the things we have to do. SEC must approve the blockchain. After approving the agent, that's when it now afford the exchanges in Nigeria to have the products. Maybe you can have some products as one of their products. Let's say as they have ETF, you can have a platform where people can exchange, trade, and use the Brainstorming platform. But for people to be able to trade, they need investors' confidence and regulators' confidence. And for them to be regulators on the SEC must approve the blockchain. Because
speak up.
Yeah. One of our facilitators said something like, the reason why they are still, one of our facilitators from the SEC said that they are still trying to observe the blockchain environment, that they don't know, they've not really said anything about the blockchain environment. So until SEC, until they say they have a statement, let's say the thing is stable, because most people don't know about blockchain, and people that know about blockchain, well, most people know is just
let me jump in. I hear a valid point. Let me jump in. Different perspective. If I sell this hotel, I own it. I sell it to you. Do I need the SEC's approval? If you don't know,
no,
I don't know. It's cool.
I get. No.
You don't? Okay. So right there, you have the blockchain facilitates transfer of value. The SEC is the Securities and Exchange Commission.
I mean, anything related to NSE, then you need SEC's approval.
Okay. So let's take that. So let's suppose the NSE wants to do securities transfer, but instead of using their NASDAQ system, they use the blockchain system. Same security, same ticker, same QSIP, same listing, goes to the blockchain versus the NASDAQ. Now it's already regulated by the SEC. It's already approved. I come here to build a whole new system. I get approval as a regular securities exchange and broker, but instead of paying NASDAQ money, I use the blockchain to save my money. Now, I already have a higher margin than, and I don't want to pick, because it's not like I'm picking NSC. I already have a higher margin than a securities exchange. I had to buy the infrastructure. I'm using something that's built out already. You see an advantage? Already have higher margins. Now I have to work on brand recognition. If I bring a couple of big shots from, the biggest financial market in the world, maybe, a couple of well-known people, then I have a good start. Now, the NSE or other exchanges may win, may not win, but it's not a slam dunk. The goal of this is for you to come up with a model that has the NSC take advantage of this change. This is what happened. You're having a paradigm shift. You know what a paradigm shift is?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Right. So in a paradigm shift, people who take a long time and wait or observe get done. A lot of the first movers get done too, but the people who are smart and move quickly but intelligently take over. The computer paradigm shift created Microsoft. The internet paradigm shift created Google and Facebook. Okay? The cell phone paradigm shift created Apple twice because they were created in the PC as well. The blockchain paradigm shift is going to knock all of that out of the box. The first trillionaire is going to be blockchain related. Almost guaranteed. Okay? You two guys had a very close business model in empowering the NSC. Number one, you can trade anything of value, and because the infrastructure is already built out, it doesn't have to be a large amount of money. The reason why most exchanges can't trade significant values because they have high costs. If you don't pay for the infrastructure, then you could start up a Kool-Aid stand and go public possibly. If you can afford the fees for, underwriting, et cetera, it's possible to drop that as well. Now imagine if everybody could go public, but not public, but in a private exchange, registered, regulated by the SEC, and then you could just sell your shares, either to wealthy investors, which is a much lower bar to reach for the regulation, or public investors, which is a higher bar, but then you get everybody. And instead of just selling mostly to Nigerians, you can sell to Rwandans, South Africans, you can sell to Chinese, who throw a lot of money right now because they don't really want to keep their money because it's devaluing very quickly, to Americans, the guys with the big guns, to Europeans, to everybody. So now you have a market much, much bigger than a typical centralized exchange market at lower cost. So you can reach more people at lower expense. That's how the Nigerian Stock Exchange really blow up. And if other exchanges don't want to, step in, well then they could potentially get left back. That model is what I would propose to the stock exchange. Now, the largest amount of money right now belongs to the baby boomer generation. Basically, those who are like 60 to maybe 70. Okay, and that's where most of the money is right now. Okay, and those are people who are not very likely to go and do the first movers to do a blockchain exchange. But most of Nigeria, right? Not most, but I think 40% of Nigeria is 25 or under. It's the largest youth demographic of all the large countries that I know of. Okay, everybody here, you guys are the ones who are going to bring the next large sum of money in. And once it comes to marketing and brokers, brokers and marketers and asset managers, they should be looking ahead. So they want to get your interest. Most of you would be doing business off your cell phone versus sitting at a desk and doing it. Am I right? Okay, so imagine going on a cell phone, buying Dangote stock. You did very well, you sell out, you say, but I don't want shillings, I want to stay in gold. Okay, once you learn that, and once it becomes second nature, just like Instagram becomes second nature, or texting, then that gold application, we don't make blockchains, we make applications that are right on top of the blockchain. Like Facebook is the application. It's not the internet. They don't do the internet. They make an application that rides on top of the internet that allows you to do stuff. That's what we do. But our application allows you to transfer value back and forth. So we have several businesses. Number one, we do research. Did you see the African research we had? Okay, it's not even posted to the site, but everybody's busy. So there's the African research. We have go right to the application, DAP.com, or you go right off the front page of the website, click research, and bring you to research. There's a lot of research pieces there. I didn't get the post-African stuff here. There's 4 African pieces. Very good, by the way. All of it is good. There's we have the private equity portfolio where you can invest in a portfolio of investments. That one has to be rebooted with new companies. And then we have the prioritized assets, 3D assets. And the proof of gold is a concept. We're also going to have real estate, hotels, businesses, private equity, oil, gas, and stuff like that. And we charge for everything. But we make sure whatever we charge is at least half the price of the traditional way of doing things. And we can do that because computer software doesn't need bonuses, doesn't need salary, doesn't need to take time off. So we drop our prices significantly. And that's how we make money.
it's not a total commission of the gas.
No, gas has nothing to do. Gas is the toll on the road. When you drive on the road, you have to pay a toll to get on. Okay, we make the cars.
So we make nothing of gas.
No, gas has, because how can we make money off of gas? Because we don't own the road. Think of a gas as a toll to ride on the highway. If you don't own a highway, you can't charge tolls. Right, so we build the car, we'll charge for the car. We do charge for the car. Yeah, so that's how we make money.